All right. So speaking of Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard, uh, they had the quote biggest entertainment launch in recent history. So Culture Cave, by the way, you guys follow Culture Cave on Twitter if you're still on Twitter. Um, they put out a thing where they mentioned Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, opened this weekend with $800 million worldwide. In comparison, they compared it to Spider-Man No Way Home did 600 million, the new Doctor Strange 450, the newest Thor 303, and the new Batman 248. Now, I also had a interaction with my dad like last week or whatever. Something about a video game came up. I was like, oh man, oh I think it was God of War actually. I was like, oh man, this God of War is a masterpiece. Some of the best visuals I've ever seen. And he's like, yeah, but it's a video game. Like he just couldn't imagine it being important at all. I'm like, and I told him like, it's a video game. It's going to outdo movies. It's just like hands down. What's going on in current business models where we're seeing video games are becoming more prominent than movies? Why is that the case?
I think we're getting older, like our generation, and the generation younger than us also plays video games.
Mhm.
It's not seen as like a niche anymore. It
Yeah.
is the mainstream. If you don't play video games, you're kind of the weird one, I think, at this point. But also,
Yeah, my
games have a
brother.
higher sticker price. They have a higher longevity, like a 60-hour game versus a 2-hour movie. There's
Mhm.
more inherent value to it, so people are willing to pony up for a $70 game versus a $20 movie ticket for a 2.5 hour movie that you can watch on Disney Plus for free in,
Yeah.
3 months, whatever. Yeah. Also, bringing it back to the God of War thing, when I said that God of War is a cinematic masterpiece, I'm like comparing that to cinema.
Yeah.
Like it's got the beats of a movie, but you are the one interacting with it, driving the story forward. So you feel like you're more a part of it. You get more invested in it, and that over time leads to you playing other games and trying other things, and it's just a spiral from there.
Shadow of Colossus, such a great example of like that beats cinema. At doing what cinema tries to do with monsters, that beats it. And I think that that's something that the older generation doesn't understand. The fact that of course, we talked about this before in the past, but when you're partaking in the action, when you're partaking in the emotions, you feel them so much more because all of a sudden I'm betrayed, not my character. I am betrayed by this, or I'm feeling that adrenaline rush. So there's that. Um, and then also when you look at like the longevity, like you're saying, I wonder if it's because the way the business works for movies, it goes to theater, it goes to streaming or DVD, and then at that point, it's like money's made on the other side of it, but we're not spending any more for it. Like we'll just have TBS, for example, if you still have cable and you're watching reruns of old school. But that money, like I'm not paying any, but like I will still buy copies of Portal, or I couldn't tell you how many times I bought Skyrim. You know, like so. I wonder if there's something there too. Like these games actually just straight up have more life because of that.
Yeah, that's a very, very strong point. That once it's out of theaters, most people don't pay for it ever anymore unless they want a physical copy. Which physical copies of movies are almost not quite a
They're
thing of the
hard to
past
find.
yet, but they're getting to be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
And the used video game market, I can tell you firsthand, is hot. It's like red hot right now.
Wow. Yeah.
The used movie market, I would be surprised if that didn't pick up over the next 5-10 years, because
Yeah.
I think that fewer and fewer people are buying physical copies of movies, and it's going to get to a point like with vinyl and CD music that it's just a thing of the past, and collectors are going to start wanting them, and they're going to be nostalgic again, or at some point. You remember back in my day when we had to put a Blu-ray in, and
What?
Blu-ray seems so futuristic right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I know, and it's hard to find. Like, if you want, I remember back in the day, like, oh, hey, the new whatever Avengers is coming out. I got to go to Walmart or Best Buy and get the steel case. I don't leave my house for that. Why would I do that now? That doesn't make any sense for me to do that. I'll just watch on Disney Plus. It'll be right there. It'll be in as high definition as it can be, anyways.
Yeah.
So, boy, that's a really good example though with the hard copies because I have so many DVDs and I'd like to be able to use them to buy a car, at some point. But I have DVDs posted on Mercari and like not a freaking like on them, and they're at the minimum price. It's just they're not budging. So I wonder when that's going to happen and when I can become rich. That'd be nice.
I'd say stock up now. It's a for sure thing. No, don't do that. I'm not a
Yes.
financial advisor.
Oh my god. To the moon, guys. DVDs to the moon. I just at bingo, by the way, so for you guys at home, I just came back from bingo match. I won 2 lotto tickets for the 1 point whatever billion. So if I win off of a bingo round, oh my god, it's gonna be so freaking dope.
That'd be sweet.
Ah, shit. Everybody who leaves, no, I'm not going to do this. Yeah, everybody who leaves a review this week, if I win the lotto, I'll give you $10,000. I'm sure that's illegal somehow, but we'll find a way.
Is that only if you win the full 1.5 bill? Or what if somebody
Yeah,
else wins with
I
you?
need that 1.5 billion. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. If you have to split it with anybody, then the 10K thing for reviews is off the table.
Then it goes down to 5K. Because I mean, come on, guys, I got to save money somewhere. This is tight.
I'm gonna make a few burner accounts and leave like 7 reviews myself. Then.
You see how much gas is costing? Half of $1 billion isn't going to be quite enough. Oh man. Yeah. So, anyways, let me know let us know on our social media what you guys think about this. The Things Have Changed podcast. I just found them out this week. They bring up a good point. Grand Theft Auto 5, which is kind of leaning on the scale a little bit using that game, but has made $6 billion in comparison to Avatar, widely believed to be one of the most popular movies ever made, $2.2 billion. That, I think, there speaks for itself, because GTA got released 3 times, 4 times, a bunch of times, and just as a monster. Avatar, they put it back in theaters, but it was so weird that they did that, and I can't think of a person who actually went to go see it in theaters again. So, kind of gives a good example of like how these systems work. 2021, there's the last bit from them actually. 2021, gaming outperformed film and music combined. Which music said dead art.
I mean, I wonder if that includes like live ticket sales for music events, like concerts. And
it's 2021, so probably, because there wasn't a lot.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
And a really good time to be a video game developer.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly,